Well, hello friends and welcome back to our channel. I'm Renee. And Mr. Wayna's here today. We went to Pineview. I know the last large haul I did was probably the last before winter. But because it was still nice out, we actually went strictly to get butter, oil, and dog food. But you know, you can't go in there without hitting some of these beautiful sales. So this is what we got. I got this for the pantry. We got, you know, we do a lot of chicken freezer meals. I love salsa chicken with black beans in it. So we got two great big things of it. And they're only $4 a piece. I thought those were a really good buy. I got one mild and one hot. And this is our favorite snack ever. I couldn't resist. These were $5 a piece, these big things of potato sticks. Yeah, that's junk, but it's okay. It's our junk. This was the oil. They only had one left. I would have got about 4 or 5 of them for the winter, but they only had one left. So I don't know if we'll be going there again before spring, but if we do and they got oil, I'm going to nail it, tell you. We got pickles. Well, this oil, friends, I like buying it there. It's $9 and I got my glasses. $9.19 for that huge 1-gallon jug of oil. You can't beat that price. And I don't think these were really on sale. These are pickle spears. This is Mr. Wayna's favoriteest thing. So we got them, and they're $3.49, but they're nice to have. And I know I get a lot of this from Sam's. I usually get my olive oil cooking spray from Sam's. This was a butter flavor, but it was only $1.79 a can. So I grabbed 3 of them, and I thought, you know what? That'd be nice to have in the pantry. And this is something that I got that I've never seen there before. And you guys will like this. This is a classic 3 and 4 bean salad in a can. Fabulous. I usually make it homemade, you know, just whip it together. But how easy this would be on a busy night just to have some of them. So I got 4 jars or 4 cans of those so we can try them. And then I got more salsa. And this is a medium salsa. This is a roasted garlic lovers. Check that out. And it was $1.25 for this big jar of roasted garlic lovers salsa. I got 2 of them. For that price, you can't beat that. That's a deal. I'm telling you, Pineview, if you live anywhere near Pineview, you can afford to feed your family. We don't hardly eat soup unless it's homemade, but I couldn't help it. We had to try this. Has anybody ever had this? The grilled cheese and tomato Campbell's soup? We're going to try it. So I just got 2 cans. My daughter went with us, and she knew that her family would eat the heck out of it, so she got like 10 cans of it. And then I got more pumpkin. This is only 89 cents, this Libby's pumpkin over at Pineview. I do a lot of stuff with pumpkin. So I got 6 of those to replace the pumpkin stuff that I have used and baked in my pantry. So that's replaced. I'd been looking for half-pint jars. I got a dozen of them, brand new, for $9.99. And we're going to use these. Remember, we're going to do fermented garlic with Miss Mo. So we're going to use these. So I got them too. I told her I'd find them somewhere. We love cheese, as you can see. This is, I don't know how much this weighs. It doesn't have, you know, the tag on it. It's just Land O'Lakes cheese. And it's all individually wrapped. And we got it for $11.99. That's a good price for cheese. Anyway, we got 2 of them because we usually like Baby Bell cheese. Baby Bell cheese is so expensive, you know, we just can't do it. It's too expensive. And, you know, if I get it at Sam's, and it's on sale, then yeah, I'll buy it. But lately it hasn't been on sale. And we like to just nibble on a piece of cheese now and then, so we're all set. We got that, and that'll last us quite a while. I couldn't believe this, friends. I got a whole bunch of these. These are slivered almonds. 35 cents a bag. And it's, you know, it's just a small bag. How many ounces? 2.25 ounces. And that's the slivered almonds and sliced almonds and pecan halves. Let's see. It is a half a pound of pecan halves for $1.35. See that? Ha! You're not going to get that anywhere else. So I grabbed those because I'll keep these in the freezer. You need to keep your nuts in the freezer because if not, they'll go rancid inside of 6 months in your pantry. And you don't want that. So these will be going in the freezer because I'll use them come Christmas time. Beautiful. Oh, and here's my treat. I got a treat. This stuff is fabulous. And no, it's not cheap. This was $15. But this is shrimp. I'm sure many of you have bought this before. John don't eat it. But when we have steak and shrimp, I'm not big on steak. So I'll make him a steak. And I'll have about 5 or 6 of these little shrimp in the air fryer with a beautiful salad. Perfect. So those are going in the freezer. I just bought those for a treat. And those will last me quite some time. I got the little smokies. Now I'm going to open this package up and I'm going to wrap these. These were $6 for this big, how much does it weigh? I almost need my glasses. 3 pounds. $6 for 3 pounds of these little smokies. These are nice in the, with a little barbecue sauce, you know it? Or you can chop them and, yeah, cook them with, that price, you can chop them and cook them up with potatoes, fry them up with potatoes. You could use them in potato soup. When it's that cheap, you could make soup with it, I'm telling you. And these, friends, remember the last time I went to Pineview, our big Pineview haul, I got those little Polish sausage, the little chubby ones. Look, we loved them. And I said, if I get there again, I'm going to get it. We got 6 pounds of them for $15. Perfect. Now I can just take those and I can package them in smaller packages for us, for our freezer. And it'd be perfect. And I'm always doing freezer meals for us and for other people. So I need to make a few tater tot casseroles for some of the folks around me. You know, I don't want to even get into this discussion, but if there's hard times without food stamps, some people rely on that to eat, we're going to help. I got these. These are the beautiful European style hash browns. They're the big rounds and they're perfect on casseroles, even in a breakfast casserole. So we'll be able to make quite a few of those. And we're going to look out for, you know, until the food stamps come back. I don't know if they're back yet or not. I don't know what's going on. And we just don't want to have that discussion. But as long as they're not going and people aren't getting them within our community, we can help. We can help, you know, ease that stress. Burden. Yes, we can. We might not have a lot, but we're food rich. We can help feed our community. And that's what we'll do. That's what I got some of this extra stuff for that was on sale. Man, you can't look at this big box of, you know, there's kids all over the community. And yes, we're just like any other community. We got single parents, whether they're male or female, and $1.79. My grandkids love these. So I know somebody else's grandkids are going to love them, or somebody else's children are going to love them. So our friends in the community that struggle and are going to struggle, we're going to help them out. So we got all kinds of stuff that we don't normally buy, but I couldn't pass it up. Those were $1.79. even those sausages and the cheeses, I can, I can help out people with stuff like that. We got a few elderly in town, and we're just going to do this. And I can shop. Man, I can make a quarter squeal, let me tell you. These are scalloped potatoes, a box of scalloped potatoes, 60 cents. For that price, you can afford to help people, So I got like 4 boxes of these scalloped potatoes, and then I got 4 boxes of the au gratin potatoes. I know I always have a couple boxes in my pantry for lazy days, but I got these extra because of the price. I bought them all. There was only 8 boxes on the shelf, 4 of each, and I bought them because I know these are going to fill a little kid's belly somewhere. And perfect. Perfect. Okay, and we got, this was 2 for $1.25. And it's white cheddar macaroni and cheese. It's the blue box. When kids see that, they love the blue box. But it's white cheddar. And I thought, they might eat it. Somebody will eat it. This is what I really got a good deal on this. This is pound cake. Pound cake mix for 50 cents. You're never going to get that anywhere. 50 cents. And Mr. loves pound cake and strawberries. He loves those little store-bought shells. He likes those. I don't even know what they're made out of. But he also likes the strawberry shortcake with pound cake. So we'll try it in the middle of the winter. It'll be nice. Oh yeah. This is for Miss Peaches. Now I know we've had people tell us how mean we are to our dog. Because she has to stay in a kennel outside. But friends, we're not mean to her. And yes, when she's outside, she goes into a kennel. We don't have a chain for her. But we live right smack in the middle of the village, right off the main drag. And she's still a toddler. She's going to take off running if she sees a squirrel. She's done it to us twice already. You let her out and you think we're going to work with her, and she just takes right off after a squirrel or a cat, or she sees kids playing across the street. We can't afford for her to get hit by a car. And if she did get hit by a car, what kind of dog parents would we be, huh? So she has a kennel outside, but we love her, and we don't want nothing to happen to her. But we bought her these. $3.49. These little sausage bites. She loves those. And she'll love those. And those are good to give her because we do train her. We are training her still, even though she's young. And you give her a couple of those or she'll do anything you want. We got a treat. Somebody's going to get a treat. I got neighbor kids that I just love them. Little boys are so darn cute. I got Twinkies. Chocolate lovers. Twinkies. I think the one little boy would be happier if I bought him fresh peppers. But the little guy likes Twinkies. I'm working on stocking my pantry too. I mean, it is fully stocked, but for 50 cents for baking soda, and it is a 12-ounce container of baking soda, I couldn't pass it up. That'll sit in the pantry, or that, or somebody around me who bakes, might need a little help with some baking supplies. Heck yeah. We got some extra Miracle Whip. We got one for our pantry, and we got one for whoever, Now, we don't eat a whole lot of this, but for this price, this is the canned chicken, and it's in water. $3.14. See that? You can't beat that. Somebody could make some nice chicken salad with that. I don't use this. I don't normally buy this because we really don't eat it because I'll can my own chicken. But I'm not going to give my home canned food away because, quite frankly, I wouldn't eat anybody else's. There's just a few people whose home canned food I would eat. Miss Mo is one of them. I wouldn't think twice about eating hers because she's very meticulous at home canning, just like I am. But I would just as soon buy somebody some commercially canned food. So we got 4 cans of them. I don't know how many people we're gonna pitch in and help, but at least they're gonna get some canned meat too, a little bit of everything. Plus I got extra in my pantry. I got extra in our freezer. I mean, we're food rich. We can't pay somebody's heat bill because we don't have that kind of money, but we got food. And I've always purchased stuff on sale, and that's perfect. That's perfect because now we can afford to help others. Is that it? Is that all I got? Oh, yeah. These, we got a whole case of these. These are jumbo Oscar Mayer hot dogs. Look at this. How much were they? I think it's on that. It's on the lid, isn't it?
12 at $1.19.
$1.19 a piece. Look at it. They're jumbo. Perfect. You know what? When all else fails, you can fry up hot dogs with some potatoes and onions. You can do hot dog, like Sarah said, you could make hot dog soup. So we got hot dogs and we got sausages and we got easy stuff and cheap, but stuff that'll fill a belly, of course. So, and I also got, I go through butter like Imelda Marcos went through shoes, I'll tell you. I bake a lot for my market stand. I got the butter. This case was 18 of them. I usually get it. Well, it does vary. The last time they had 36, and they were the solid butters. This is the butter quarters. This is $2.99 if you buy 18. The last one I got, it wasn't the quarters. It was solid, and it was $2.59 if you bought 36. So I got them. But, we're not supposed to tell people what we do because you're just not supposed to brag and do that. But many of you who know me, you know that we'll help others in need. And I do bake with a lot of butter, but I also give a lot away, So if people say, well, my God, lady, you sure are going through a lot of butter. 3 cases in 2 weeks is a little extreme. But, yeah, we give a lot away. So, it's the way it is. It's what you can do. You do what you can do, And I just try to inspire others to help when they can. A lot of people can't afford. They just can't afford it, can they, mister?
No.
It's just the way it is. When you and I were younger, we couldn't have bought somebody a pack of hot dogs if we wanted to. We struggled. You remember those days. Mm-hmm. You struggled. I struggled. It was a nightmare when I was young because I didn't get food stamps. I was raising 3 kids by myself. Mister and I, we met almost 20 years ago. So it was long before that. My kids were already grown up. And I didn't get food stamps. They always said, oh, lady, you make too much. You make too much. You make $1 or 25 cents over their limit. You don't get any help. So that's how I learned to can. I learned to bargain shop. I learned to make meals out of merely nothing. And you're going to see that, friends, because we are going to do, Miss Mo and Sarah and I are going to do a nice segment, or maybe you'd want to call it a podcast. I don't know. But we're going to do a segment on pantries. Build a beginner pantry. Building a beautiful beginner working pantry. And we're going to share stories of how it was when we were young and how we did it and how we made it, to where we are today. So you'll see that. That'll be coming up in November. And but I just want to tell people that, even if you got a couple of extra cans of corn to pitch in on somebody's groceries or your elderly neighbor, struggles, if you can do it, help them. You know, if you can't, that's okay. If you can't, you can't. You know, I've had to tell quite a few people that want to give and, you know, go without themselves because they want to give. Bless their hearts. I'm telling you, that's a genuine soul. But it's like, you can't afford to do this. So just sit it out this time. You know, there'll come a day. But anyway, that's what we did today, friends. We bought a little extra just to help others. And if it feeds them for a few days, then that's better than nothing, you know. So anyway, we're going to go because we got to put this away. We got to break some of this down and put it in smaller packages and take care of it all. What you say, mister? You know what he's going to do? He's going to go sit down and relax. You see that smile? He did his work. He hauled the groceries in. Okay, friends. We're going to let you go. Thanks for hanging out with us in the kitchen. And we'll see you in the next video, too. And as always, friends.
Thanks for watching.